This is our town, the place we call home.
Welcome to This Is Our Town with Jeff Yorkie, a local public affairs presentation on MonroeCountyRadio.com.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of This Is Our Town. I'm Jeff Yorkie, and in today's show, we have a very special guest. It is Chief Brett Ansel from the Luna Pier Police Department. Chief, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
You know, Brett, I was thinking about this. I have been doing radio now for about 2.5, 3 years here at Monroe County Radio, and I used to work on the Law Sunday side up, and now for the past 6 months or so, I've been doing this. This is our town, and I always want to talk about, want to profile something positive in Monroe County, and I don't think I've ever had a show where we've discussed Luna Pier.
Okay.
And that's really surprising to me because I'm going to tell you, I love Luna Pier. My wife and I nearly bought a house about 15 years ago before we built our house. Mm-hmm. We looked at a house in Luna Pier, but it was right on the little canals in there, sure. And we had little kids at the time, and we were a little concerned for their safety. So we bowed out of that house. But I really missed. To me, that was going to be a missed opportunity because it's such a wonderful place, and it really is. It's got a beautiful beach down there. The little family restaurant, there's a jerky store or something down there, beef jerky store. It's a quaint little place.
It is.
I mean, it really is. You got some real nice houses right on the lake there, some condos, and it's a nice little community. And this is the first time that we're actually profiling Luna Pier, and it kind of surprises me because it epitomizes exactly what is great about Monroe County.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's kind of you've noticed that since you've become the chief there, right?
Absolutely. I started in August 1st of last year, and it's a quaint, like you said, it's a quaint little town. People in that town are great. They're caring people. They're giving people, and there's a few businesses in town that are thriving and to do their best, and it's a kind of place where you can really call it home.
Yeah.
So,
and there's kind of a rebirth going on right now.
There is.
There was Luna Pier has certainly faced some challenges recently, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How did that start? It started with consumers, right?
Well,
lost a big tax base there.
Yes, it's been about 3.5 to 4 years ago that consumers was decommissioned, and of course the tax base that was brought in by consumers was substantial, and so Luna Pier is still reeling the effects of losing consumers. They were a great partner for the city, and so therefore losing, something like that we're on the rebound. We're on the kind of the defensive at this point, and
right.
So we're making it. I think Luna Pier is going to really come through it, and it's because of the heart of the people that are there.
And exactly, that is the one asset that they can't take away, no matter what. Right?
That's right. Yeah,
and that's the one thing, Brett. We talked about this before we went on the air. Is that the people are really the difference in Luna Pier?
And I believe that with all my heart. Meeting with them, and in particular the council, Luna Pier Council, I've met with several times now, and the mayor. They're great people, and they really truly have a vision for Luna Pier and moving it forward. And it's just not the council and the mayor. The citizens, there are some citizens that are deeply involved and really care. And so it's really neat to see that come together and have people express their thoughts and ideas and, the future of Luna Pier, because they get excited. And I think that's what happens. You get real excited with something like that, and then others begin to be excited for the same thing. And, we've still got a lot of challenges, but
sure.
The heart of those people they're in the move forward motion.
Yeah. So let's talk about the rebirth. Part of it is, like you said, we got a new mayor, right?
Correct.
We got a new mayor and a relatively new council as well, right?
Yes, many are new. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what's the vision? How is Luna Pier? What are they doing to go about changing and regaining the strength that they had before consumers cut into that tax base?
Sure. They're obviously looking for new business. There are a couple small, what I call strip joints, where the buildings are together. businesses have been, come and gone into these places. And so
That's that area where the beef jerky store
that's
is, right?
correct. Yeah, that would be one. The other thing that is kind of in the middle of a rebirth is the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel had sat virtually vacant, although it was open. The sign out on 75 was torn and tattered. Not many lights, and just a building that was not a sightly thing. You didn't
Oh, you
wanna
didn't
really
like that
see it.
Pepto-Bismol color? You didn't like that?
Not really, no, and I don't think no one else did either. So we have a new owner for that. We're excited about that because this new owner, I think he came from the Grayling or Graylord area, and he's owned hotels before, and he's got a plan. He's coming in with a plan, and so we want him to join us. He's going to join us. We've met with him briefly. He just purchased it. It's been less than 30 days ago. And he's already doing some phenomenal work to it. He's painting that building. He's going to get the sign fixed up. He's putting brand new lighting all around the place and even in the driveway that's kind of a little further away than where his building is.
Yeah.
And so, he's got vision.
Good.
And so do other people. There's small businesses starting to come in, and there's talk of other businesses coming in. There's always been the talk of an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
I think you'll see that happen. I think that kind of thing will happen.
I can't believe that there's not an ice cream shop. I mean, if you really think about it, because I know, like my wife and I, we go to the beach in Luna Pier, and that's one of the things that you do. You walk around the little strip there, right? From Luna Pier Road straight down to the beach, and there's a couple little shops and stuff there, but you're like, ice cream? It's hotter than you know what out here. Little ice cream would be good.
That's exactly right. Yes.
But yeah, it's surprising that you can't get something like that to sustain itself in Luna Pier.
Right.
But I think it will, because I think that what you guys have going is gonna keep it like that. And let's talk about, because some of the ways that you get people into Luna Pier are some of the events that you guys have. And I know that some of the events, I know the Veterans Day Parade is always a big deal down there.
Yes.
But then also on June 29th this year, what do we got going on down there?
The Freedom Festival.
The Freedom Festival.
And that's their biggest deal as far as activities goes. A lot of people. This will be my first time there as a chief out there.
Is this the one where they got the where everybody has like a garage sale?
Yes, it's an all-day event. It starts real early in the morning.
I've been to that many times.
Yes, not a lot of room to park.
No,
and the streets are just packed.
Right,
and
it's always hot.
Always hot.
Which, thank God, maybe this will be the year that the day this year where we finally have heat. I'll go with it. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a busy time, busy day, and then also the day before, which is Friday. We've been working with a couple or an organization that's going to be bringing in around 700 bicyclists the day before. So we've kind of got to set up for that and get ready for that as well. They're going to kind of come in and out, but they're coming from one end, Lake Michigan, and coming across the state.
Oh,
They want to touch their feet into the water of Lake Erie, and that's going to be their mission.
Oh, that's cool.
So, it's really kind of exciting for that to happen, and we're ready for that. We're prepared for that. But the Freedom Fest is something that's really, you have to put a lot of organization into that because we have a lot of help this year. I've got Border Patrol coming in. They're going to help us out in a big way. Michigan State Police will be helping us out. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office will be sending and helping out with their posse. They'll be sending about 6 horses and the people to go with them. And so,
the kids always love that.
Oh, they love the horses. Yeah. They love the horses. And really, they do a tremendous job out there. And it is more of a PR thing. But it gets people to note. Right.
It gets people to notice and realize that there's stuff to do in Luna Pier.
That's right.
And so it's a huge deal. It is important. It's incredibly important.
Yes.
And you get some really nice deals on other people's,
stuff.
Other people's stuff is your treasure, right?
That's right.
I know, and my wife and I, we go down there every year for that because I love it because people in Luna Pier always have fishing equipment.
Well, yeah.
And you can get reasonably priced fishing equipment at one of the rummage sales or garage sales down there all the time. Sure. It's great. Now, this presents a real challenge, though, doesn't it, Brett, for your police department? We talked a little bit. Your police department is because of a lot of the challenges from the decreased tax base. It is now mostly a part-time department, right?
Yes,
it wasn't always like that.
That's correct. They had full-time officers. I remember, and I'm going back a ways, but back in the day, they had 8-9 officers.
Yeah.
Full-time, and so, yeah, it's going through some challenging times right now. And I guess at this point in my career, I'm up for the challenge. I'm ready for it. And with the council, that means a lot to be able to work with your council, work with the mayor, and show them exactly what it is that we're trying to do and what we should be doing. Unfortunately, and this is no secret, this isn't a 24/7 department, but as a leader of the department, you certainly want to have as much coverage as possible. So I'm constantly thinking outside the box as to what we can do to better our hours, have more hours. You had mentioned it is a quaint little place, and it is small. It's like 2 square miles, and it's got the waterways as well. So for us to have that kind of coverage, and knowing that officers can come in there and they've got really a patrol car to work with, I thought to myself as soon as I got in there, I thought I've got to come up with a little bit of diversity for this department. And so is what I've been doing is I've looked into a program where we're going to get some wave runners. We've got a huge beach there and a lot of people. And River Raisin Power Sports came to the plate. They're actually offering us, and we've already picked up one, they're offering us 2 units.
Oh, yeah.
So we thank them from the bottom of our hearts, because this program, I think, is going to be very successful. It's strictly a PR thing, but it's going to show that we have presence.
Sure? So
there.
What you're telling me, Brett, is that as a prosecutor, I don't need to brush up too much on my marine law?
No, although we will be prepared if we run into something like that. But you're correct. I mean, it's one of those things where we've got parking enforcement that can be done if they pull up onto the beach. That's going to be part of their details to take care of those parking lots.
Yeah.
Make sure that people are in line. There is no alcohol on the beaches. Right. There is no dogs, and that sometimes can be a problem. So we take care of those issues when they come up. But to just have that presence, people really love it. The one thing that I found out right away is the people of Luna Pier, the residents of Luna Pier, want their own police department. Yeah. And so we're going to give them the best service that we possibly can. We'll give them as many hours as we can. And we're going to think a little bit outside the box as long as they allow that. And so far they have. So really excited about that part of it.
So now one other thing that always takes place during the Freedom Festival, it's the Freedom Festival. So we got to have some fireworks, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Now you guys, it's my understanding that you guys got quite the donation from somebody to get this going this year.
Yes,
right?
there's been a lot of fundraising going on by those people that I've already mentioned that really have heart in Luna Pier and care about Luna Pier, and they have a system, and I'm not real familiar with their total system on their funding it and bringing in some money through fundraisers. However, there are businesses there as well that have given in the past, and they're giving this year as well in a large way, and they're going to cover like 90% of the cost of the fireworks, and it's a great big display. I mean, it's a huge display,
yeah.
And that's why it draws so many people, because the display itself is just awesome.
It is awesome. I can see it from my house, and I live all the way in Ida.
Okay,
so yeah. That's a cool thing, and I know my kids love that. Because we don't always get a chance to stay out there for the fireworks if we have something going on, but we're always able to see them even from where we're at. So
sure. I
know it's always a big deal, and it is great what you guys are doing. I think I'm so glad that you came on the show today to talk about Luna Pier, because Luna Pier deserves some attention.
I appreciate that,
and I think that you guys are doing a phenomenal job down there, and I hope you keep up the great work that you guys are doing.
Well, thank you. We sure intend to do that. Yes.
All right. So June 29th, that is Saturday, June 29th, there's the Freedom Festival, and lots of stuff going on. Of course, you've got vendors coming in, right?
That's correct.
Vendors,
Yes.
so you
Food
can get
vendors.
your all the fried whatever you want.
That's correct.
And fireworks and don't forget the rummage sales, the garage sales, and everybody gets involved, which is another really cool thing because it's a community thing because everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings in a ton of people. And while the parking is difficult, you can still do it, and it's guaranteed to be the hottest day of the year.
Absolutely.
And with this summer, that is the best news that you could possibly imagine.
Yes.
All right. Chief, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. That is all the time we have.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
You got it. Anytime. All right. For Chief Brett Ansel, I am Jeff Yorkie. I want to thank everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Join us every Sunday at noon and Tuesday at 7 p.m. for another edition of This Is Our Town with Jeff Yorkie, a local public affairs presentation of MonroeCountyRadio.com.
This is our town, the place we call home.